Welcome mates, I'm Bloodthirsty Lord by you can call me Lordy, and today we are back on Paragon in the version 42 update. Most likely the update's already out, or we're really close to the update's launch, and this is pretty much the top 5 best cards in version 42. The cards that are appealing the most towards me, and I just enjoyed them when I used them within version 42 in the time I had on that actual update until the launch of it, and most likely I'll be using these cards in my builds as well in the future, and I can't wait to do so. We're going to explain the list of cards and what they are exactly and what they do within the version 42 experience, and what are the benefits of taking them within your final builds for selected heroes or roles within Paragon. But before we get to this video, make sure you smash that like button. Let's try to get 200 likes on this video. Make sure you want to become part of the Patreon family, you can do so. A link to that will be in the description below, so you're able to join and gain exclusive rewards, first looks at my builds, and also be a part of the Discord family. So if you want to join in the fun, a link to that will be in the description below. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. There are over 100 new cards within the Paragon experience within version 42, all having unique card effects and benefits if you do desire to choose one of them. But these are the top 5 cards that I found very interesting and the most appealing towards my gameplay style, and pretty much within selected roles that do desire those cards in my opinion. And obviously mates, these cards are not ideal on Iggy and Scorch. I just put Iggy and Scorch in the background because he's like pretty much the newest hero rework, and I'm like, why not use these cards on him and just see how it works. Majority of the cards don't work really well on him, but it's just there for fun. And obviously the first card that we're going to go to, or the number 5 position of the top 5 best cards within version 42, does go to Sleeper Agent. This falls into the Knowledge Affinity, level 1 card, rare, and also has the active called Gag Order. Silence targeted enemy for 3 seconds. The target takes 15% increased damage, 100 mana usage, and 45-second cooldown. It costs 10 intellect points. So those are all the stats connected to the card itself. You do also gain 14 power and 140 mana out of the card. It's just purely on the card ability effect. And this is really interesting because obviously being able to silence a target for 3 seconds is quite a bit. It's pretty much identical to Rictor's silence mechanic as well. You silence for a duration and they can't really do too much in their silent state. But also, you're able to increase damage output towards that character by 15%. So any damage applied towards that character will be increased by 15%. That is insane. So he'll be taking more damage and it'll be easy to destroy because he's silenced as well. He can't really do much when he's silenced for 3 seconds. So you can pick out a character or pick out one of the enemy units really quickly if your team members are responsive to your Sleeper Agent active when you do use it against the enemy hero units. This card is very beneficial when using on a support character. Let's move on to the next card at the number 4 position, and that is Malenk's Tribute. I don't know if I said that name properly, most likely butchered it, but it does not matter. Hopefully you're able to see the card on your screen right now. It does fall under the Auto Affinity. It's a common card, and it does give you the initial stacks or pretty much numbers of 15 power and 17 attack speed with a unique passive called Overhealing Shields. Gain a shield for any healing above max health, 20% maximum. It does cost 4 agility and vitality points in total in order to purchase this card and put it within your build. So imagine that you're playing the marksman role or the safe lane carry role, and you're playing Twin Blast and you got a support character under the name of FaZe or Narbash. They obviously do have healing provided within their kits, but if you do have this card active, 20% of that healing that is over your max health will become a shield, and it's really great because that shield can consist for long duration and it doesn't really go down unless you're taking damage. Obviously your shield will decrease and then become nothing, and then obviously go down to your health, and then your health will be the next target for the enemy unit to destroy. So you have to be really careful about stacking this to the maximum amount of shield before entering fight. Is very useful because obviously it's gonna be harder to kill you if you're playing the safe lane carry role. Everyone's gonna be aiming you majority of the time because you do the most damage, but if you can pretty much stop them or slow them down from killing you as quick as possible, then you have a chance of destroying them. And this card, just by having 20% of your max health as a shield from this card, is pretty darn awesome. Now let's move on to the next card at number 3. Does go to Reactive Beast. It does fall under the Chaos Affinity. It does give you the initial stacks or pretty much the stats of 10 power, 14 attack speed, 240 health, plus the passive or the unique passive of Roll the Bones. Hero kill, reset all basic ability cooldowns, cost 4 vitality points and 4 intellect points. And this card is very interesting because it's a kill reset card. That's the idea of this card. So any kill that you do gain will reset all your basic abilities. That's pretty much excluding your ultimate, because your ultimate is obviously not a basic ability of any type. So Any other ability, if you're playing Chimera and you use your leap, then you use your Q. Obviously your E is a passive, so it doesn't really need to reset, but your leap ability and also your fury ability pretty much have the ability to refresh itself after a kill, because obviously Chimera is a very good example of getting easy kills in order to activate this card's unique passive. So any hero that is able to get a job done when it comes to killing a target should be able to use this card quite well. So if any characters you have in mind that do high amounts of damage, Countess maybe, Kalari, Twin Blast, any of those type of characters that you want to use this unique card on, you can do so. I wouldn't advise anyone to take this card, especially if they're losing and they can't really kill a target, because you won't be able to proc this unique passive and it's pretty much a useless card then. And now let's move on to number 2, and that does go to Grinning Spectre. It's a death card, falls under the epic category. It has 25 power, 195 mana with given on this card when you do unlock it and pretty much put it in your build. It does provide with the unique active of Creeping Death. Launch a slow moving projectile that deals 300 true damage. If this brings target below 50% maximum health, they are executed. 100 mana on usage and 60-second cooldown. Cost 13 intellect points. The reason why I picked this card is because it's a personal favorite. As you can see from the artwork, it looks like Kalari, and I would love that to be a skin for Kalari. It even looks like Severex some moments, but I'm wishing that's a Kalari skin in the future because that would be so cool to see. But the unique active itself is amazing. It's like this slow moving shadow bacteria just moving through the Goring universe on Monolith until it reaches a target and then does 300 true damage. True damage will neglect any type of armor that enemy character does have, so we'll just do 300 damage towards that character, and if they reach under 50% health, when getting hit by that, they are automatically executed, no matter how much health they do have. If 15% is left over, they just disappear off the face of the map, because they get killed instantly. It's crazy, man. I love that card, and it's really fun to see and use, in my opinion. This card has the potential to work on any character. Obviously, it's pretty much a mid to late game card because it costs so much to get, but it does work out pretty well in my opinion. I've used this on Kalari, and also in the background I've used it on Iggy Scorch, and they worked out pretty well. So the card is pretty much universal when it comes to using on any character you want, and the benefit that you do gain out of it is the instant kill combo if they're under 50% health. And this works really well against tanks, because tanks take forever to kill, but if they're under 15% health, you can just use this and then it just kills them automatically. So any armor they did have is pretty much not as useful when they get killed instantly due to the fact of their health bar being so low. So that's all I want to say about that card. Now let's move on to the number 1 position of the top 5 best cards within version 42, and that does go to Sacred Alchemy. This card will provide you with 18 power, 20 attack speed, and 240 health, with a unique passive of Shielding Strikes. Gain shield equal to 20% of your basic damage dealt. This card does fall under the Order Affinity, it is an uncommon, and it does cost 8 agility points and 4 vitality points in order to purchase it and be able to use it within your gameplay experience. So pretty much this scales off your basic damage. If your base attacks are doing crazy amounts of high damage, obviously your shield will be insane. 20% of whatever damage you're doing. So if you're doing 1,500 damage, that is possible. But if you're doing that much damage, you can also get 20% of that as a shield. And that's really great because it just helps you dose your damage out while also being slightly tanky. But usually if you try to go for a kill and it looks like it's slightly risky, this card can help out so much because you can go and dose out your damage, but then you also gain a shield no matter how much damage you're taking as well. That shield will refresh yourself if you keep doing your basic damage. So any hero that is able to have high potential with damage through their basic attack, this card works really well on them. So nearly all the safe lane carries do benefit from this, and also if you do have a character like in mind, like myself, I use Kalari quite a bit, and Kalari just works out really well with it. There's some other characters that do provide a lot of benefits when they use this card. So make sure to equip this card on heroes that do pack a punch when it comes to damage. So a quick overview of the top 5 cards that we did mention. At number 5 we had Sleeper Agent, at number 4 we had Malenk's Tribute, at number 3 we had Reactive Beast, at number 2 we had Grinning Spectre, and at number 1, how could we forget, Sacred Alchemy. But mates, as always, in the comment section down below, tell me what card you found the most interesting within the top 5 that I just mentioned, or if you do have another card in mind from version 42 that you do enjoy in your own version 42 gameplay experience, make sure to comment that in the comment section down below. below, because maybe some other people would enjoy using that card as well. You can describe why the card is useful and why you do enjoy it in your gameplay experience, because most likely the update's already live and you guys are having a swell time on that update. So make sure to leave your opinions and thoughts in the comment section down below. So mates, if you did enjoy this video, show us by smash that like button. Let's try to get 200 likes on this video. If mates want to see more Paragon Gaming content and Paragon Gaming news and gaming content in general on my channel, all you have to do is share it to your friends and hit the subscribe button to become a mate today. And that is all for this video. I have time to go, but don't you worry. Back very soon. Hey dance boys, because I ain't seen nothing yet. Mates, what can I say? If I see a car that looks like Kalari, that goes into my build straight away.